Hello and welcome back to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel. In today's episode, if I can get it, the Datsun 280ZX. Welcome back. In Quarterlight, if you don't know, we're a car brochure channel looking at many different decades, so the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Occasionally beyond those as well, but if you think you might be interested in that as a car brochure enthusiast, or indeed just a vehicle or car enthusiast, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode, the Datsun 280ZX brochure. Now the model we're looking at, actually the Series 2 or the second series, which came out in 1978 and kind of like moved the game on for these Z cars to make a little bit more creature comforts. Whether that was good or bad, I guess, is your own personal opinion. But let's get straight on it. Let's start looking at this brochure. Okay, so this is like the second generation, like I said, but nicely it kind of like keeps the same styling. This is kind of like the last time this sort of styling kept. I do particularly like the designs of these 280ZX, and of course the Z before it, your 240Zs, which were the initially launched, although they were known as the Nissan Fair Lady Z in Japan, and these was actually also known as the Fair Lady in Japan as well. And this particular brochure is entitled the Datsun 280ZX, but also could be the Nissan 280ZX as well. The third generation, however, changed the game hugely, didn't it? Completely new design, although I must admit I do quite like the design of that as well, but it was a complete refresh, where this, like I say, kind of like keeping that sort of nice sort of headlight design, and overall a similar sort of idea to what it originally was. If we turn the page, we get some lovely little shots of the 280ZX and a little bit of writing there. So let's just look at the writing, and then we might zoom in on a few of these shots. It says here the new 280ZX, and incidentally this is a 1979 brochure, so it is an early one, represents the ultimate in Datsun quality, refinement and technical achievements. In aerodynamic performance, is one of the best in motoring world today. Superbly balanced handling is the result of near perfect 50-50 weight distribution, performance, comfort, safety equipment in just about every department. The 280ZX reached new levels of motoring sophistication. It goes on to say, since the original model was introduced in 1969, the Z has gone from strength to strength, proving itself a winner not only on racing and rally circuits around the world, but with over 500,000 motoring enthusiasts. The latest in this distinguished line, the new 280ZX, clearly shows that Datsun continues to be among the world leaders in automotive design. Then we get a little Z badge, and like I say, let's have a closer look at these two models. First, this one in red. I don't know if you can see that though. Does that mean the little headlamp washers on there? I'm not 100% sure, but nice to see still a little bit of chrome on the front end, and we've still got a chrome door mirror on there. Not one on the passenger door, but at this time that wasn't that unusual, as regulars would have seen in lots of the different brochures from lots of the different manufacturers. And then this one in gold showing the rear of it, rear wiper on there, rear wash wipe. Like I say, it went more for a little bit more in the way of extras on these now. They kind of like moved the game on a little bit. A lot of enthusiasts complained about that and said, it's going more for luxury, less for fun. But, I still like these 280Zs purely for that lovely design. And what a great design it was. A lot of people still weren't sure about Datsun and the design, so it was lovely to see these. They could really make a great designed car. Just thought I'd have a quick zoom in on those alloy wheels. You can just about make out the little Z badge on the centre. So overall a very interesting design car, and overall certainly a collector's car today. Not one you would see too much around unless it's been, you know, in somebody's collector's or been restored of some kind. Now when I'm just thinking about this page, I've just realised I've actually skipped a page, so I just need to go back one page. This is the first page. We get this lovely graphic which is really nicely drawn, isn't it? I do like that, sort of like showing you how aerodynamic it is. And then we got a look at two of the interiors. One just shown in the daytime, one just shown in the night time, but I do think this is a black interior, and this is this sort of like, what colour would you say that? Brown? I don't know. And actually it is showing an automatic and a manual. It'll probably make more sense when we go through the brochure, I think. And then we look at the interior, and you know, very 70s, aren't them seats? They really are. Rear seats don't look particularly comfortable, but they are very well upholstered, all in this one colour, which is very unusual and really dates the car. But like I say, luxurious interior. It's still showing that it's moving the game on more in terms of luxury rather than in terms of sportiness, I guess. And we can even see this is actually an automatic on there, so more of a sort of like a cruising car really. And then the red example showing, you know, it could also be had in this black interior, a little bit easy to live with, I think, in this sort of black colour, I think, rather than that earlier one in gold, if I can manage to tune that in. Come on, camera. But we can see, yeah, it's a black interior, and this is an actual manual gearbox version. And then we get this little strange little picture showing this little bit of a cubby type box to hide away your Nikon camera by the looks of it. Text wise, it's saying there are two versions of the new 280ZX, a 2-seater and a 2+2, both offering a rare blend of high performance comfort and refinement to satisfy the most demanding motorists. So let's have a look at that picture. Obviously that's your 2+2 with these little seats in the back. I'm presuming this one doesn't have those seats in the back. Very hard to see, I guess. But there you go. No seats in the back of that one. If we continue, it's telling us it's a 2.8 litre 6-cylinder engine developed at 140 brake horsepower, gives the 280ZX exhilarating performance, with the 2-seater reaching 60 miles per hour in around 9 seconds. So I guess, you know, that little bit less weight probably made it that little bit faster to 0 to 60. Late 70s, 9 seconds wasn't bad, to be honest. And it goes on to say it's got a maximum speed of 125 miles per hour. Then we get this big picture of this, presumably the manual version with just the front seats in it. Hard to see, maybe we might zoom in on that to have a look, but overall a lovely sort of design with this long bonnet area, arguably copied from, you know, British car designs, but still a really nice design. Hard to see if there are seats in the back of that one or not, but it does mention these door mirrors, saying these door mirrors are not for the UK, so we didn't get those door mirrors in the UK. Just flicking back, the door mirrors we got in the UK were these rather nice chrome ones, which I do approve of. And this sort of light at the back here, this must be a US market one. The UK ones didn't get that light on the back there either. Then we get this nice interior shot. Looks like it's going to be the gold one, the automatic 2+2. Oh, nice little Z emblem in the middle. Typical sort of like two horns on there. Like I say, well equipped. Lots of equipment on there. And as we saw earlier, I guess we can just flick back, as it doesn't show the full interior. these sort of like nice dials, which are lovely sort of period touches, aren't they? I do really appreciate the design of this car. But obviously very plasticky though, so you know, very 70s plasticky, but you know, well equipped for the time. Kind of like give you some a little bit of idea how some of those little graphics appear, which is quite nice. And then we get these tiny little images, which we'll zoom in on now, really giving us some little key points of the interior. Again, we featuring that little Nikon camera there, which, you know, if anything, it shows you how small that glove box is, but never mind. You have a little mirror on your sun visor. There's that automatic transmission. Not sure what this is. Is this a little catch? Let's have a look. Let's zoom in on that. Oh, it's a little catch to open the hatch up, isn't it? Which is very nice for the time, at least. We got this unusual little light on a swivel. Lovely door cards, really good quality. Wash white, which again is not really something standard on all cars at this time. That fuel cap, and then we do get confirmation that little black thing is indeed a wash on the headlamps, which is very nice. And then finally, it gives us an idea how this tail light looks with that black Datsun 280 ZX badge. Back pages now, we're looking at the engine and transmission. I love the little image, that really, wasn't it? And then we get these glimpses of these sort of disc brakes, or front and rear disc. Very nice. And this master cylinder, tandem master cylinders. So it was a very well thought out car for the time, I think. Specification wise, like I say, it's a 6-cylinder, exact capacity there, 2753 cc. A little bit more of the idea of some of that equipment. Of course you can pause this, I'm not going to read it all out, but you can pause this when you wish to. Telling us the 2 gearboxes there, the manual, it's a 5-speed all synchromesh, or that 3-speed automatic. Idea what suspension and steering this car was using. And then the brakes, if we can find that, there we go, the brakes. Discs all round. A little bit of information about the wheels and tyres there. The capacities, those weights and dimensions. And at the bottom here, we've got an idea of those fuel consumption figures. Not great, to be honest, not great, but you know, this is a sporty car after all. It also shows you, doesn't it, how heavy those seats in the back must have been. You know, the 2-seater has got better figures, particularly if you look at the sort of constant 56 figures. Just the lack of them seats does make a difference. Then the back page, another look at this really beautiful red example. I do like that one. There's something about that red one with the chrome on it. It looks very nice indeed. And of course this is the manual without those back seats in there. Z badge at the front there. Very nice. And then at the bottom, that now unfortunately forgotten name, Datsun UK, designed and printed by Datsun UK, Worthing, Datsun House, Datsun badge, all but forgotten these days. And a bit of, you know, a little bit of a thing, and then the publication number at the bottom. The 79 is referring to 1979. So incidentally, like I said, this is a very early one, so we got T-tops. It doesn't show the T-tops on this one, does it? Didn't come out till 81 for this particular model. Although if we go back to, you know, the car that replaced it, it does show T-tops in here, just to give you an idea what they would have looked like. There we go. So you can show these T-tops on this updated model. But like I say, for model featured today, the 280ZX, they didn't appear till 1981. Sorry, 1980. I do apologise, it was 1980 when they came. 81 was when the turbo arrived. So that brings us to the end of today's episode of Quarterlight and the Datsun 280ZX. A very memorable car. If you've got any memories of this vehicle, of course, jot them in the comments. Always love reading them. But for now, we'll say please do like and subscribe. It really helps the channel if you do subscribe. I see our subscriptions slowly rising. Every little bit helps. But for now, we'll say thank you so much. Please do take care and goodbye.